Alrighty. Just pull that closer there. So, yes. Live streaming Risk of Rain 2 got this game back in. I don't know, Christmas time is January sometime. Took a while to get here, but anyway, we're completing the mastery trials. Just playing a character to get back into the swing of things. At the moment, I've already completed the challenge for this, but anyway, here we go. Get back into the swing of things, get warmed up, and then start on the real challenge. So here we go. If you haven't played the game before, it's rather intense. It's not exactly easy. The whole goal is to, at least in the first game, was to get off the planet alive, but in this one, they haven't quite finished it yet, so it's survive as long as you can until you get bored with the game and end it. End your run. But that is what it is. I don't know, I'm just rambling. So the goal is, on Risk of Rain, if you get to level 7, there is a option to obliterate yourself, and if you do it on the hardest difficulty, you can get a new skin for a character. They're kind of nice looking, and a good symbol of just how much work you put into actually beating the game, or completing that challenge. And it's just nice to show off, so that is the goal, to complete the challenge, to complete the mastery challenge and go as far as you can, or at least get to level 7. Like I said, I've already completed the mastery challenge with this character. Excuse me. So, but anyway, just warming up again, getting back into the swing of things. It's been a while since I've played, so just getting back in, getting warmed up, and ready to go to get absolutely wrecked when I try a new character. And go activate the teleporter right over here and begin the boss fight. Each stage has a boss fight. You activate the teleporter and goes dark for a second, and then the boss appears out of nowhere. It's randomly picked. Some stages are more likely to have some bosses, others can't have certain ones. But anyway, we get the Stone Titan this time. Has 2100 health, but it's not exactly the hardest. The reason I like playing this character is she is rather strong. Her attacks hit rather hard, and she every time she attacks or hits an enemy, she gains a little bit of bonus HP. A little bit, the shield they call it, where you can take an extra hit and keep going. You have extra health that you can get rid of before you actually die. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, this character is one of the easier ones and one of the ones that I picked up early on and just connected with. Made the most sense to me. So let's complete the teleporter. Got 78% of it charged. One second. My goodness. Insert COVID thing here. Alright, and then you complete the teleporter, and you can pick up any extra chests you want along the way. For instance, you can go over here and buy it. You can actually spend as long as you want on each level. Oh, we got ourselves the Brilliant Behemoth. This one, every time you attack, your attacks explode and deal damage to surrounding enemies. It's actually a nice loadout so far. Got gasoline, every enemy you kill, burns enemies nearby. Then you have the feather, you can jump extra, and the Brilliant Behemoth, everything explodes. Forget what I was saying before this, but anyway, I do that a lot. And I say "but anyway" a lot too. Let's go on, go find the teleporter once again. like I was saying, this character is a good one for beginners. If you're not too sure of the game, just run in WM1 to victory. She's really strong, like I was saying, and the shield that she gets from attacking enemies really helps out in keeping you alive. So just saving up money. Every enemy you kill gives you more money to buy the chests. And in the first couple of stages, it's not too much worth it to try and buy out all the chests that you can, because enemies only drop like 3 gold each. And chests can start costing upwards of 55, 60, which means you have to stand around waiting for enemies to spawn for 10 minutes, and as the time goes on, the difficulty increases. So, if you wait to buy chests, the game gets harder, but if you don't buy a chest, the game is easier, but you don't have items. It's a kind of lose-lose situation. Pick whichever side you feel like dying on, because you will die a lot in this game. You have a very small health pool, and a lot of enemies deal a ton of damage all at once. Grab ourselves the Cautious Slug. This one's kind of nice. It heals you whenever you're out of danger, i.e. whenever you're not being attacked or damaged. You heal faster. My cat, I guess, wants to be in here. We have 3 cats in the house. Ginger's the one that just jumped up by the microphone. She has a few specific chairs she loves sitting in. And the other reason I love playing as this character is that just flying around whacking enemies in the head with your super mega punch or whatever always feels so satisfying. So the teleporter should be around here somewhere. You can always look for, there is yellow sparkles that come out of the teleporter, but some levels it's harder to see. Like here, there's so much foliage in the way that you can't actually find it easily. You have to kind of guess where it is and hope you're right. Well, there's another level that everything is yellow, so you can't actually see it. There it is. But the level is yellow, and the yellow sparkles blend in with the background, and a lot of people have hated that, but I don't have too much a hard time with it. There's enough distinction there for me to see anyway. Some people I know have a hard time with that. But anyway, we activate the teleporter, and we get the Wandering Vagrant. This guy is a royal pain. It's a giant jellyfish that launches electric orbs at you, and each orb deals a ton of damage, and you can get hurt a lot by it. Plus, once it gets to low health, it deals a Nova attack, this thing right here, that hurts a lot. It, early in the game, if you don't have a ton of health, it can one-shot you very quickly. You just, 1 minute you're alive, and next minute you're restarting your run. Has happened to me quite a bit, so those are a royal pain. I always hate them when they come up. Plus they float around, and as this character, you don't really have very many jumps, and not a ton of ways of getting and attacking it from a range. Whereas some characters can shoot guns, and shoot bows and arrows, and launch fiery missiles at enemies, so that does help. This one, all she has is her fists, which is very strong, mind you, but when you're dealing with ranged enemies, it's not that great. So just wait out the teleporter, 89 and 90% charged, about 10 more seconds should do it. Wait for it to charge. Oh, you get a new enemy you haven't seen yet, the brass contraption is dead. And I heard something drop over here. Let's see, was I right? Don't think so? Thought I heard something drop. Enemies have a very low chance of dropping what's called a lunar coin, and if they do, you can go pick it up and spend it at the Newt altar to activate a blue portal, which sounds like complete gibberish, but anyway, you can go buy really overpowered items in the once you go activate the blue portal and enter it, and go to the bazaar between realms, or bazaar between time, I forget what it's called. So let's go back to the teleporter over here and go on to the next level. Ah, crap. I hate these guys. They are the Claymen. I forget exactly what they're called, but it's Claymen something. They are possibly the worst non-boss enemies in the game. They have incredible accuracy, great range, aka they never miss, they follow you everywhere. Let's grab this guy. And they deal a ton of damage. If you get hit by them, you are slowed, so you can't escape them. And if you try, the only way I've found to beat them is actually get up close as you can. They'll push you away, but if you keep staying close, they don't fire at you. It's a handy trick. So we got to find the, we got a couple more enemies over here, and he's dead, and the imp is dead. And that one is dead. Gotta find the teleporter. This is the level I was talking about with the yellow being hard to find the teleporter. A lot of people have complained about this. But if you look closely, you can kind of see it, like right up there, right at the center of the screen. You can see faintly some yellow dots against the trees. It's not so much the yellow dots that you'd look for, it's more the motion that you'd see, plus as the dots disappear, they leave a little red particle right behind, so you can use that to find them easily. Let's go kill this crab-looking guy, the giant ancient crab, and kill the imp, and onwards and outwards. Drop the charge thing to deal with that guy over there as they follow. And the teleport is right over here, so let's activate it. And let's get on to the boss fight. We have the Clay Doomstrider. Crap. Just all the fun bosses today. This guy, he hurts hard. He launches a bunch of small bomblets out of the top of his head, and then he'll stand up. And he will drop 3 to 4 bombs, I think, out of the bottom. Oh, I am hurt. I am very much hurt. And once he reaches low health, he actually sucks everything in. Ooh, this is bad. Sucks everything in, and he heals while doing it. Every enemy that he attracts, he heals from. And and if you get caught inside of his little teapot, he deals a ton of damage to you and can kill you in like 3 seconds flat. I'm actually surprised I got out of that alive. So you gotta watch out for that guy. He does not mess around. None of the enemies really do, except for the beetles, the little guys that kind of hop along the ground. Those guys are kind of a joke, but the other enemies, pretty much all of them, you have to watch out for. Let's drop that up there. Let's see, there is a shrine up here. I can buy some more items if I feel like it, which I do. Need to deal more damage. The fun part about this game is that each run is a bit different each time you do it, in that it's the items that make the run itself. For instance, right when I began, I said I picked up the the gasoline, the feather, and the brilliant behemoth. But next run, I could pick up something completely different, and that changes what damage I deal and how I deal it. So each item changes the game, and as the time goes on, it's getting the items that actually deal the extra damage for you. Whereas in other games, it's the experience makes you shoot harder or whatnot. Here you do hit harder the more experience you get, but it's not a ton. Leveling up doesn't really increase too much of your damage output, whereas getting new items is what does it, what increases the damage and lets you live. So let's go activate the teleporter, swing our way over to it, and overshoot it almost. There's a beetle up there. We got a beetle over here. I'll let them go. So here we go, on to the next level. As I crack my knuckles. So now we have level 4 of 7. This is Hell. Welcome to Hell. So this place is all on fire. All the enemies here are a little bit bigger. The chests are a little bit more expensive, so it's harder to get new items. But thankfully there's no lava on the ground, so you can't get hurt by that. These orange pillars don't hurt you. Activate the Shrine of the Mountain here. That, whenever I go activate the teleporter, it will actually duplicate the boss. So if one boss with monster is supposed to spawn, it'll spawn 2, and if there was supposed to be 2, it will do 4 or whatnot. It makes it a bit more challenging, but at the same time, if you kill them both, you get double the items. So it's a trade-off. If you feel like you can take the boss extra damage or deal with the extra boss, you can get more items and power up that way. Whereas if you don't feel like you can, don't activate it. It's not going to help you. It will really only hurt you in the long run if you do it, because now you have to fight 2 bosses plus all the normal enemies that spawn. So let's go kill this big lizard that's dancing around the purple power symbol, and let's go activate the teleporter. Now this blue orb floating around, I don't know if you can see it, that blue orb right there means that the newt altar or blue portal will open. Oh, we got magma worms. But anyway, with the blue portal, like I was saying, you can go buy some very powerful items if you want, but all those items come at a cost. And that is a lot of snaky boys. Don't know if I'm making it out of this one alive. We'll see. But just WM1 your way to victory here. And make sure to use your use item to try and survive. Take a little less damage, or whatever it does. Oh crap. Yep, this does not look good. Crap. Oh, come on. Nope. Ooh. Ah, dang it. Well, and there it is. That is the first trial, first shot at mastery, or just warming up right now. But yeah, it's a brutal game. The enemies don't relent. You can't heal. You can't ever hole up somewhere to try and survive. So it is brutal. It does try to kill you, but if you succeed, it is very rewarding. So anyway, like I said, that was the warm-up round. I only got 2 hours. I'm going to be done live streaming at 10. And I need to get another skin. I already got Huntresses here. You can see unlock the little Arctic skin there, default and special. The Engineer on the console that I'm playing on doesn't have the skin yet, so I can't play as him, unfortunately. Artificer would be fun to play as. Unlock that skin. So I have her Artificer, Mercenary, Rex here, Acrid, Multi, and Commando, all skins to unlock. So I think I shall go with Acrid. Yeah, just thinking it over, who have I played a lot with? All the characters play so differently with each other that it's really hard to adjust between them all. So we got our little poison doggo here sleeping on the ground, and gotta wake him up to go kill some fools. So, like I was saying with the loader, she does a lot of close attacking, damaging attacks, close melee, whatever. This guy is a bit in between. He has one attack, which is a ranged attack that spews poison and deals damage to the enemies that it hits, and can poison the enemies for constant damage over time. He has his close range fast attack, which just mauls enemies. Another spewing attack, which actually launches out poison to attack all the guys. And the final attack is that leaping one that I did. Tag the Lemurian with it. That right there, you jump, spray poison on the ground, and every enemy that walks over it is damaged. So if we're going to get this skin, we need to do it right. Let's get some items, because without the items you cannot survive. Some people have, but it's incredibly hard. 5 out of 7 would not recommend. So let's continue onwards, collect some more gold, and let us go buy another chest and try and take out some of these enemies from a range. These fiery guys are called wisps. They are awful. I know I've said that about a lot of the enemies, but those wisps are just not very nice. They are ranged, have deadly accuracy, and can fly to follow you anywhere. They see you almost immediately from spawning in, so they start hunting you at the moment they spawn in. So they just suck. Let's see, we got ourselves Predatory Instincts. That is a nice one. Increases the chance of critical attacks happening. Critical attacks deal extra damage, just like every other game. But with this one, every time we land a critical hit on an enemy, we get to attack a little bit faster. So if you deal damage and luck rolls in your favor, you can start hitting faster, which then gives you a chance for more critical hits, which can now hit faster. It's all a big cycle that can work in your favor. So we got ourselves the giant jellyfish again. Like I said, this guy hurts a lot, and our character is not very ranged. He doesn't really have much in the way of attacking from a distance. All he has is the 2 spewing... Oh, crap, I'm not going to make it out. All he has is the 2 spewing attacks. They can launch whatever acid at the enemies. And he has the poisoning one. Boy. Run away, run away, run away. You only escaped for that? Ah, I'm dead. Well, let's do that again. And ready up, and head right back in. So, now we get a new level to try out, the Distant Roost. Haven't seen that one yet. So let's unlock the little money barrel there. And let's start saving up to buy some stuff, to kill some stuff, to get more money to buy some stuff. One thing I really wish they'd add into this game, I'm probably alone in this, but I think it would be really fun if they added emotes into it, where you could just stand around and dance. If you become so overpowered that just looking at an enemy kills it, you can just stand there dancing and stuff. It'd look cute, especially with the poison dog here. So we just need a couple, 6 more gold to buy the chest, and this guy right here shall give it to us. There we go. Now we can go buy something from over here. We have a crowbar, oh yeah, get the explosive, no chance, no question about that. So, let's continue onwards. A lot of people who play this game say if you're going to play on the hardest difficulty, the best bet is to go as fast as you can. I, having played very limited amount of time in the hardest difficulty, would like to disagree with that, saying that it's easier if you take the time and actually buy everything you can first. I mean, not tons of time, you don't want to spend 20 minutes in the first level, but more time to buy stuff is better in my opinion. So we just gotta hunt around for that darn transporter, teleporter, MacGyver thingy. So, let's see, where would it be? Normally it spawns on the opposite side of the map from you. Yep, just like that. Yeet. So, normally if you're stuck looking for the teleporter, just try looking on the far side of the map where you started, and chances are it'll be there. We got ourselves the Beetle Queen. Where is it? There it is. Hello. So, this boss monster, she can spit out enemies that slow you down if you're in their area. She can spew poison at you, and she can summon beetle enemies from the ground. All not very pleasant. And you have to watch out for her spewing poison, because if you're caught close to the ground, she will actually just tag you with it right off. And all 5 shots hitting you hurts quite a bit. Can easily one-shot you. There's a lot of this game that does that. Oop, get out of the way. There are some enemies that are elite versions of regular enemies where they have special powers. Like some can freeze you if you get caught in a certain range after they die. Some attach bombs to you when they attack. Others burn you. Some hide all the enemies, make them all invisible within a certain area of that specific enemy. And others drop little spiky urchin things on the ground that deal tons of damage if you run over them, and are very easy to miss, especially as the game gets overloaded and they have a harder time spawning. Ask me how I know. Over here there's another shrine. Let's go activate it, see what we get. We get ourselves a stun grenade and a topaz brooch. Aw yeah. So let's go activate the teleporter. So now we are on the abandoned aqueduct, origin of tar. And just like the name says, there's a lot of tar on this level. Down here you can see a pit of tar. Don't fall down, it hurts. And over in the next room, which I shall get to eventually, hopefully as long as I don't die here, you can see a waterfall of tar. So let's go find some chests. Had to go let my dumb cat out. One of the 3 cats we have in the house, his name is Hugh. He always wants to be outside, then he always wants to run right back outside, then he wants to eat from the food bowl, and then he goes to the litter, and then he wants on a lap, and then he wants right back outside again. That's his daily routine. Non-stop. And if he doesn't get what he wants, he claws things. So, he's a fun one to live with. Sweetest cat, though. Spoiled rotten, but sweetie. feel like everybody says that about cats all the time. It's like, oh, it's the sweetest cat ever. You love her, him. It's just, you have to, just spoiled or whatever. Peg these, try and spew poison at them. And buy a chest while I'm at it. Hey, we got ourselves a med kit. This one is nice. Exactly 1.1 seconds after taking damage, it heals you. So, if you take a little bit of damage, and you can not be hit for 1.1 seconds, you will get your health back. Or at least a little bit, whatever it's supposed to heal you for. Each one you get adds a little bit more to the healing amount, to the point where it's very easy to start healing more than you actually can be damaged. So we got ourselves a stun grenade, and let's head on to the next room, where the teleporter surely awaits us. Just jog over there. Oh, there's actually a chest here. I need this in my life. This is totally going to have the best red item in the game. I don't know what that is, but it's going to have it, and it's going to be what makes this run. Calling it right now. So, just need to farm some gold to get it. Just kill off some of these enemies. Wait for the attacks to reset. And peg him. And jump on him. This whole game is all about managing crowds. If you get overwhelmed when a bunch of enemies start spawning, then you're going to die. But if you can manage to keep them, or deal with them all fast enough, or keep them all separated so they don't all attack you at once, then you can survive and start living. Sometimes you get stuck in a bad spot, like get cornered and 3 enemies are all attacking you all at once and there's nothing you can do. Those suck. Hey, look at that, legendary item, and a really good one at that. What did I say? But anyway, if you get stuck, I mean, that sucks. Rip to the run, but if you can manage it, you can stay away from enemies and keep going. So I'm going to actually leave that shrine. You can choose to offer it money for the chance at an item, but most of the time I don't actually get an item. It just says you offered and gained nothing. Yeah, so you can spend a lot of money and still not get anything. Or sometimes you can luck out and get a nice legendary item right off the bat, first purchase. Should probably explain about that. In this game there are different tiers of items. For instance, there is common, which is white. There is rare, I believe, or uncommon, I forget what it's called. And then that is a green background. Up on the top you can see the red whip and blue flower have a green border around them. Those are uncommon. And then there's legendary, which is the red. And those items are very strong. They hardly ever appear, but when they do, it just makes a run. You can start really kicking all the butt you want with it. So you just gotta watch out for those. And then there's a 4th tier, actually, lunar items, which I talked about a little bit with the Bazaar Between Time. Those are more powerful than legendary items, but at a cost. Like one of them is, not the Clay Dude Destroyer. One of them is you deal 5 times the damage or something like that, but only have 10 times or half your health. Another is you have one of your abilities gets replaced with the ability to heal yourself, which is nice. But the problem is you cannot attack during that time. You can only float around. And the more items you get of that, the more time you can't attack, but more enemies can spawn. Then there's one where the use item in the very bottom right, the cooldown on that halves, but the use item activates instantly. So it's nice, and if you have something to heal yourself, it just always is going off. But at the same time, this is what I was talking about. He sucks you in. Don't want to get sucked in. Run away. There we go. But if you're but for some, there is a use item where it actually, if you have gold, it converts it into bullets and shoots those out, spending the money you earn. Which can be rather annoying if you have the one that fires the use item off always, because that one doesn't have a cooldown, so you can never actually save any gold. Hope that makes sense. If anybody actually watches this afterwards, but oh well. So finally beat the teleporter boss. Whenever you do beat the teleporter boss, you get an item from it, from the teleporter. And that item happens to be the Rose Buckler. When I'm sprinting, I take less damage. But to attack, I have to stop sprinting. Really, 10 out of 10 item right there. So, onwards to level 4. I've actually... don't want to jinx it, but this is actually one of the farther ways I've made it into a run with this character. I've tried before. The Mastery Challenge is very hard. You die and your run's done and you have to start over, and it's very item dependent. If you don't get good items, you're just screwed, and you just have to die. Unfortunately, you just can't come back from it. If you don't keep ahead of the difficulty curve in the game as the time ticks down, then you're kind of SOL. You can't ever catch back up to it. There are ways, but they are very tricky, and half the time don't work and backfire and kill you. So I would not recommend. So let's just kill this bison here, this Taurus, and go on to the teleporter. I'm not going to spend too much time buying stuff here. There are some enemies that spawn that are very strong, like the charging bull there. If he hits you, he takes about a third of your health in one shot, and if you're in a crowd of enemies, that 1/3 means a lot. So now we have the IMP Overlord boss. This guy is annoying. He is very fast, chases you down, and has a ranged attack too. So the best bet I've found, at least with this guy, is to attack from a range, try and keep your distance, so that way he can't come up to you. But just be warned, because he can teleport to right on top of you. It's annoying when he does that. But with the character I have, you can just poison him and let the poison field do the work. Just hop up whenever an ability is cooled down, shoot him, and then hide again. Kill all the enemies nearby me, though. Don't want those hanging out, affecting anything. And poison him again. The hard part with bosses like this is that if you do take the slow approach like that, there is a chance that you won't be able to kill him fast enough, and the difficulty keeps increasing. And you end up behind on the curve, and you die because of it. So, just gotta watch out for that, that you don't take so much time killing them that it ends up shooting you in the foot. And I'm about to die. I did not realize that. I'm really low. That is not good. This is very bad. I think I jinxed it. So like I said, this game does not stop. The difficulty doesn't stop. You can't hide somewhere and heal. It's either you're alive or you're dead. The game doesn't care. If you're alive, they do everything they can to kill you. Holy crap, that hurts. But we're whittling him down. Almost there. He's dead. Yes. Whew. Whew, 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 whew. Okay, we got some new items. These 3D printers here are handy. You can convert a couple items to new ones if you so choose. You can swap out things, items, if you're lucky, items you won't use, for ones you will. Like here, I'm getting topaz brooches. Every kill gives me a bit of a barrier, extra health that slowly fades over time until you kill again. So just stack up on a good few of those. 6 ought to be enough. Let's run over here, grab the item we got from the imp that lands on the teleporter, and go on to level 4. Grab a drink too while I'm at it. And we, oh, hello there. And we have Sirens Call. This place, I mean, this place is fun. I'll guaranteed. It is a lot of fun to play at. It's just these guys are annoying. They shoot lasers at you, float around, and hunt you down. If you start attacking them, they launch out all these babies that continue attacking you. That not only do you have to kill the big one, you now have to kill the little one. But because I didn't buy many chests, I kind of got to catch up a little bit and try and find something. Holy crap, this hurts. Try and find some items to survive with, because otherwise I am SOL. And that guy I'm fighting is actually a boss that can appear when the teleporter starts, but as the game gets harder, bosses that only appear with the teleporter start appearing as in-world enemies. You don't have to kill them, thankfully, but they do deal a ton of damage. They are very big and hard to ignore. Run away. Yeah, there we go. Topaz brooch coming in handy. Every kill gives me extra HP, so I end up with a lot more than I think I do, but I'm very much screwed right now. Holy crap. 88 HP. I'm fine. This is fine. This is totally okay. Ooh. Break open the eggs and get a little extra HP. There are little egg nests on the ground that you can break open that do heal you a bit. But be careful with those. If you break 5, you summon a new boss monster. So just like the motto with this game, be careful. It's good, but there's also drawbacks to it. Run away. Those little circles on the ground are that guy's attacks. Finally got him. Whew. Yeah, the little circles on the ground was the big guy's attacks. He summons a circle on the ground that just instantly KOs you. Not quite instantly, but deals way too much damage for my liking at the moment. So let's try and whittle those guys down a bit more. Try and pick off a couple enemies here. Need to save up on gold. So let's get that guy. And I'm back to full HP. Actually, a little over 1100 out of 700. Nice, that is the topaz brooch going as intended. So let's go pick up a couple more chests, pick off a couple more enemies, and then start the teleporter. I don't want to hang around here too long. The difficulty is already starting to spike out of what I can keep up with. So you gotta stay ahead, be able to read the game. If you get left behind, it's just SOL. So do everything you can to not be left behind. Hey, I know, someone should write a book called Left Behind. That'd be good. Could probably sell it, and then make a movie later, starring Nicolas Cage. So now we have the magma worm, the one that killed me in my first run. Where are you, buddy? Oh, crap. And the giant wisp. That guy there is... he launches 2 fiery balls at you, and again, deadly accurate, just like the other wisps. But this guy, because in this game, the developers didn't want it to be too cruel, so they gave you some one-shot protection in that if a attack would instantly kill you while you're above 90 health, 90, 95 I believe, somewhere in there, you don't die, you get reduced to 1 HP. Which is nice, except that guy, the Giant Wisp, does 2 attacks. Which means that if the first attack doesn't kill you because of one-shot protection, you're now at 1 HP. And that second attack is what kills you. So just run away, splat some more poison on the ground, try and deal damage to all the enemies. Because I have one of the items I picked up, Leeching Seed, actually heals you as you deal damage. That one, as long as you continue attacking, you're going to be okay. Because you're continuing to deal damage, and that heals you just a little bit. Oh, or not, I guess. Holy crap. Mistakes have been made. Go pick up this. My magma worm over there is off in La La Land doing who knows what. Oh, but he's coming back now. Here he comes. Let's try and pick off the birdies. This guy's hurt. And swing. Alright. And that guy is dead. Now all we have to deal with is the big old worm. He's not a problem, really, on his own. He's just annoying. He can hurt, but not a whole lot, as long as you don't stay right next to him, like I just did there. And then you take... Oh, dang it. And we're dead. So, let's hop right back into this. Yes. Got about an hour and 10 minutes to get this. Let's go back into it once more. And that is the hard part with the whole mastery challenge. The game doesn't let up, and if you die, even if you're at level 7, activating the teleporter to finally complete the challenge and one enemy snipes you out of nowhere, the challenge is done. You fail. It is brutal. So that's why it is so... people view these challenges as great conquest or whatever. I don't know exactly what you call it, but that's why people view them so highly, is because it is so hard, but if you can do it, man, it's just, you're a pro at the game. That is what we are trying to achieve this day. Let's go over here, kill this guy, and get enough gold to buy the chest. And we get out of said chest Monster Tooth. Every time we kill an enemy, it drops a little green orb on the ground that heals us. 5 HP plus 5 for each item, each one. So you get 30 of these, it heals you for whatever that would be. 150 HP, I believe? 155 plus 55 starting. No, 150. Which can be very handy if you only have 160 health like I do. Oop, yeet! Ah, oh, crap. Did not make it. Oh, that made it. If you only have 160 health, each one heals you 150, you'd get healed back up quite fast. Aw, yeah. Let's go find that teleporter. Let's try rushing it this time. That might work. Over here we got the pink power symbol again. And the teleporter is right down there. Got a chest up on the left. So, let us go. Take some fall damage and activate it. And we get the Stone Titan. This guy is really kind of a joke once you know how to deal with him, actually. I really don't mind him. If you stay close, he doesn't laser you with his eye lasers. He just pounds the ground and fits you. So, as long as you stay close, he can't really hurt you. I mean, you got some attacks that can, but as long as you watch out for it, don't be an idiot, and heal up from other enemies nearby, you can take him out no problem. We get ourselves the Harvester Sight. Let's go. Oh, there's a lunar coin I was mentioned a lot earlier in the stream, at the very beginning. Let's go pick up, kill the rest of these enemies, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. Gotta say, if you're stuck at home with the whole coronavirus thing, I don't know, I'm demonetized now. Of course, I'm not making any money on this to begin with, but if you're stuck at home with the coronavirus and want a brutal game that you can beat and brag to your friends, I'd recommend this. It is fun. It's still in development, technically. They're still actually finishing the game, but there's a lot of content at the moment. Plus, with the amount of time it takes to actually learn the game and get good at it, there's a lot to do. So, 5 out of 7 would recommend. It is a little buggy. Sometimes if you're moving fast enough, you can clip outside of the map or something. So there are some problems with it still, but again, like I said, it's still in development. They're still making the game. And their development team is like 6 people. Oh yeah, we get the Head Stompers. These are very nice. You can now jump high, take no fall damage, and if you press a button, you actually land on the ground hard and deal damage to enemies. And get a lunar coin, I guess. That doesn't always happen. Onwards to the next level. We have the Wetland aspect. This place, been to it already. The teleporters are over there, but I'm going to go activate that Newt altar right up there. If I can reach it. There's actually one that can spawn down over here. I'm going to see if that one actually did spawn. Because it's kind of hard to reach the one on the pillar if you can't really jump. So let's see. Did we get lucky? No, we did not. Let's jump on up. And let's head on over to the pillar. Drop some poison on the ground to deal with any enemies that are following you. And how am I gonna get up here? I think if I can jump from up here and then boost maybe, or if I can climb this tree. Come on, hey, I can climb this tree. I can definitely do that. And jump and yeet. So now we get the blue orb appears message in the bottom left in the text box, and a blue orb hovering around the teleporter. So now we gotta fight through the teleporter, and we will get to the Bazaar Between Time, or whatever it's called. So we have the giant jellyfish once again. This guy pops up a lot, and at the moment I am not very strong. So this ought to be a nice David and Goliath fight, where Goliath could actually kill you at any second if he could just attack faster. Totally legit, don't worry about it. Run away, run away, run away. Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Holy crap. I'm really hurt. I'm very much hurt. I'm dead. Joy. Well, let's jump right back into it. Let's keep going with this same character. I'm going to keep plugging him until I get it or the stream ends. Either one. So I got to wake up for work tomorrow going at 6:30 a.m. So I don't want to stay up that late. So we are now at Distant Roost. Again, already been there once, but that was the second version of the map. Now we are on the first one, the one that I started playing on before they updated it. Now I'm actually going to try something that's rather foolish. I mean, I got time to try it, but I'm just going to run straight for the teleporter, no looking anywhere, no killing any enemies. Just activate it, level 1, no items, and see what happens. Does running straight for the teleporter actually help? Like I said, you can kind of guess where it is. Normally it's on the opposite side of the map from you. It's very, very rare that it actually appears. We got the giant jellyfish. Hey, he's back. And he's up much higher than I can reach. But normally the teleporter, like I said, is on the opposite side of the map from you. So just kind of run far away from where you spawned in and you should hit it. So let's try and take this guy out. This big blubbery boy. And come on. Come on. Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. Yay. Happy days. Try and avoid that big blue ball. So many enemies. Oh no. Oh no. Oh geez, get stuck in a pillar. Alright, so lesson learned. Don't run straight for the teleporter. So, now try it again, I guess. And let's actually pick up some items this time. Back to the Titanic Plains. And let's go find some chests to buy. We got some right down there. Those shall be my first acquisitions. Let's see, just need some enemies now. Enemies. Où vas-tu? Où sont-vous? Es-tu ici? Wait. Alright, so we got another guy over here. Just need one more. Should give me enough to buy the first chest. Oh, if I can actually aim. 5 out of 7. Does anybody actually know that reference now, or is that just such an inside thing that nobody actually knows it? But we now have the infusion item. That every time you kill an enemy up to 100, you get 1 HP bonus. So you kill this guy, and I now go to 161 health instead of 160. It's very handy. If you get it early on, it helps quite a bit. If you get it late in the game, normally your health is already maxed out at that point, so there's not much it does. But it is very handy to get right about now. You start farming enemies, and you can take a ton of extra hits. Each enemy you kill gives you 1 extra HP. Kill 10 enemies, 10 extra HP. Kill 15, 15 extra, and so on and so forth. So we could leave level 1, normally it's level up, which should give you, I think, over 200 HP. You can leave with 300 on level 2. But anyway, I am rambling because no enemies are spawning. But where are you? Here you are. Speaking it happens, I guess. Or say it and curse it to happen? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Coincidence? And this guy. This is one of the elites I was talking about much earlier. He is a fiery elite. He will burn you. This guy too. Once you're hit by his attack, he deals extra damage over time as fire damage, where if you get hit and you live for have 17 HP, it can tick you down past 0 and kill you if you aren't careful in healing. So let's grab this. I think I'm gonna go with the foreign fruit item instead of the big gun, because I know my odds are I'm gonna cop some shot from somewhere, never see it coming, and get knocked down at the 50 HP. And I don't want that to happen. So we get ourselves the Beetle Queen. Oh yeah. Like I said, just watch out for the splash attacks, and you should be okay. Keep your healing in your back pocket for moments like that. If you ever see the screen go dark, that's because I'm very low HP and could die very quickly. Like right now. Just run away and chip down their health from afar. Just try and peg them. Thankfully there is a range to the Beetle Queen's attacks. So if you can go farther out than the splash poison can reach, well, I mean, I guess you can. It can reach quite a ways, but thankfully it gets, oh no, it gets less accurate the farther you go. I am hurt. Oh, I got that again. I forgot that I had that. Didn't realize it was loaded up, and we killed her. Yes. So now we just gotta chip down the rest of the enemies and last for 50 more % of the teleporter. So let's do this. This is doable, I would say. This may not be the run, I don't know. Turns out most of the time the runs that I think are just trash and I'm gonna die at are the ones that I survived the longest. If you play like a wuss and run and hide, you're not gonna live. But if you just run in there guns blazing, don't even care about your health, that's when you make it. I've found. So, let's go. Gotta charge the teleporter 10 more %. Just continue poisoning these enemies. And there are a couple chests over there. I think I might go for it. Yeah, I will. Just run over and yeet! Ah, close. There we go. Just like that. Just like I planned. So let's go buy this guy here. And we get ourselves the stealth kit. You take damage, there's a chance you can be turned invisible and not be seen by enemies so they don't attack you anymore. Very handy if you get into a bad situation. So there's one more blue chest by the teleporter and I'm still gonna miss that shot. But let's hop on up here and let's go grab that bad boy. And we get ourselves the razor wire. Now this one is very, very nice to have. This is probably the best non-legendary item, I'd say, because every time you take damage, you deal damage to enemies. It launches out a little projectile that homes in on an enemy and hurts them. And each tick you take damage, it sends out another one. So, with the burning enemies, if they do manage to ignite you and you start burning down, it starts sending out like 10, 20, 30 of those projectiles, attacking all nearby enemies. And it is just a blast to have. So, oh, we have ourselves the first lunar pod. I'm gonna skip over these, I don't have enough money, but this guy right here is a lunar pod. It takes 1 lunar coin to open, and you get 1 random item out of it, and we get ourselves the Strides of Heresy. Sure, why not? This is the item that I was saying. You turn invisible and you heal, but you cannot attack while it's going. And it takes up the 1 use slot in your inventory, or in your attacks. So it replaces an attack with that, which is, again, nice. You can heal, but at the same time you lose an attack for it. So lunar items are a trade-off like that. Some, the costs far outweigh the benefits. Some, the benefits far outweigh the costs. But in the end, it all balances out. I think, anyway. So, just make a straight beeline for this teleporter, and I'm going to take another drink. Hope the crinkling wasn't too deafening. So, let's see, I still don't have enough for a chest. I'm going to hold off on that guy till I run the teleporter down and have enough money to buy it. Let's float on over. And we have the giant wisp over there. Hopefully we can not attract his attention. But we get ourselves the Clay Doomstrider too. Like I said, this is a wonderful boss guy. And not a pain at all. And my cat Ginger is going to meow again. Again, sweet kitty, but she is spoiled and she is a calico. Meows at everything and anything. If it exists, she's meowed at it. Alright, we get ourselves a lunar coin, and let's continue to chip this guy down. Now, with this guy, you want to stay far away from him if you can, just because this. He does that sucking in thing and heals by all the enemies, but I have the poison attack that poisons all enemies in the nearby radius. So you just fire that off and damage all the enemies he sucks in. Kind of a nice trade-off. So let's go chipping him down slowly, down to 400 HP, 300, down to 2, 1, and should be dead here. And we get ourselves the Gore's Tome. Enemies now drop money, have a chance to. They will drop a little gold ingot or a little gold nubbin rock on the ground, and you can pick it up for enough money to buy a cheap chest. So it is nice. This guy right here. So pick it up and gain about 100 some gold. So let's float on over and grab this chest that I said I was going to wait on. And poison those oncoming enemies. And pick up fresh meat. Whenever we get a kill, the fresh meat item heals you. Or increases the amount you heal naturally. It's very handy to have. So let's go over and pick out an item that we want. I like this guy. I like the bracelet. And one more chest. Well, I guess we have enough money for a second one after this. But I gotta head for the teleporter soon. Like I said, time doesn't stop. The only place it does stop, at least on consoles, is in the Bazaar Between Worlds. And I can't access that right now because I don't have a blue portal. So let's float on over to the whatever it's called, the teleporter. Aha! I can English good. And away we go. And Rally Point Delta. This is the snowy level that I died at with the Imp in the last level, or last run. Or I guess it was 2 or 3 runs ago. They start blending together after a while. So I am actually, this time, going to change things up a little bit, get the earth moving, and I'm going to try and buy some stuff. Stick around, try and pick up any chests that I can, instead of immediately running for the teleporter. That was a bad idea last time. Would not recommend. Crap. I keep forgetting that I got the Strides of Heresy and don't have the splash attack anymore. Oof, don't do that. That big stone guy claps your head in. And gotta say, that razor wire, you may not have seen it activate, but it is MVP at the moment. Whenever any enemy hits me that I don't see, it just goes out and attacks them for me. So it is very handy to have. Let's go knock this guy down. And we get ourselves the Bandolier. Now enemies have a chance to drop a, like it says in the bottom, if you kill an enemy and get lucky, it will now drop a box on the ground. You pick it up and your cooldown for your attacks get reset. So you can attack again faster if luck rolls in your favor. If it doesn't, well, you're screwed. And most of the time you just end up getting screwed anyway. Nope, just have enough to buy this chest. And we get ourselves the Predatory Instincts. go find this teleporter. It should be somewhere around here, theoretically. Like I was saying, this game is all about crowd control, learning to funnel all the enemies together and then hitting them all with an attack at once. It helps clear out crowds, whereas if you leave them spread out and continue to run through them, well, then you take a lot more damage that way, and you can't hit as many with that way, since they're all spread out. Let's float on over here. That is a big chest. I don't have enough for that yet. It's just cobia poison their way. And just take out a couple of them. Let's pick this up. I said pick that up. There we go. And now we can sprint faster. So you can walk around normally and you can sprint. And sprinting faster is nice. You can get from point A to point B at a faster clip than you would normally. But to attack, I guess that wasn't a big chest. To attack, you still have to stop sprinting with most characters. So it's nice to get around the map, but it's not good when you're actually in battle. So let's head on up here. I think I have a good amount of items to go take on the teleporter boss, and we actually get a crapped out drone here, the broken TC-280 prototype. It's a crappy drone, but I love it. So it gets stuck on things, it's not very accurate, and it's so big that most attacks hit it and it dies. So most people don't like it. I still like picking it up, just because it's so big and dorky looking or whatnot. So let's circle around these guys, continue launching attacks at them, try and pick off as many as you can. Try and funnel them all into the tightest circle possible, and then you unleash an attack and try and whack them all. Isn't that the Pokemon saying, gotta whack them all? So just keep huddling around and keep taking down this guy. He's gonna flip over. So you just activate the healing thing and poison the crowd that he brings in. Oh yeah. MLG strat. Just watch out for the charging Tauruses. They hurt. So come on. About half his health back up, unfortunately. Nothing much you can do about that. But just try and go circle around him, keep ticking away at his health, keep dealing damage, and eventually, if you're not brought down, you'll bring him down. Just keep working at it. Keep whacking. Oh crap, this one. Keep hurting him, and you should, in theory, win the day. Just like that. Seriously, 1 HP. Where's the item I got? Oh, there it is. Yay. And we have enough to buy the drone. At least, no I don't. I'm missing 400. I can math. Dang it. We have to leave the derpy drone behind. R.I.P. derpy drone. So onward to the next level. We get, is it going to be hell again? It is hell. Technically, abyssal depths. Because hell is religious, and we can't technically do that. It'll offend some people. So let's kill this big lizard before he kills us, because holy crap, he hurts. Let's just hover away. The bad thing about the hovering, healing, Strides of Heresy thing is that the enemies still see you. They still try and attack you. They can't hurt you, but they still know exactly where you are. So they will follow you. You can lead them off the cliff like that if you want, but they do, in fact, still follow you and track you in the game, so you can't get away from them that way. You can't like go hide in a corner and then they can't find you again, unfortunately. But it is handy if you're stuck in a tight spot, just go run, heal out. Oh crap. So let's just rush the teleporter here and try and get out before the difficulty spikes too much. Let's kill this guy right over there. Try and take him out. He launches rocks into the air that attack you or deal tons of damage, and that sucks. We get ourselves the Stone Titan. We get 2 this time. So again, stay close to him. Don't try and stay as close as you can, so that way he can't laser you with the freaking laser beams on his head. And just keep whacking and wailing on him. Since there is 2, unfortunately the other guy can laser, since they're far enough apart, but the first guy doesn't. And now the first guy is dead. Frickin' pepperonis. So, just whittle him down, and he is dead. Now just continue clearing out the rest of the small fries, and you should be done. Oh, heal up, I guess. Didn't realize how low I was getting. That does happen. I know I said if you run in just not caring about your health, you do tend to live, but if you completely don't care about your health, you won't live. I have proven that to be true on numerous occasions. So let's continue poisoning the entire group. Oh crap. And let's float over here and pick up this guy. Get another drone. Oh, I guess the first guy I bought a little turret to sit by the teleporter, but the first guy, I guess there's too many enemies around him, so he didn't make it. Sad day indeed. Just float away, heal up a bit. And on to level 1 again, which is level 5. So, now let's go buy a couple things, just to try and keep even with the difficulty spike. And like I said earlier, the bosses spawn normally in the level now. You've gotten to the point in the game where the difficulty is getting hard enough, instead of just spawning more enemies, it's just spawning bigger enemies. And the only bigger ones it can get are the bosses. So now we had to fight 2 Stone Titans as a boss. Now we get a Stone Titan as a enemy, a regular enemy, Joe Schmo guy that you get to fight. So let's hopefully not die here and take this guy out. Come on. Just die. It's okay. Let's continue wailing on him. He does have a ton of health, unfortunately. Hurts a lot. Ton of health, so just keep dodging attacks, but it is very slow to take him down. But you get a lot of gold for it. Yay. Go buy a chest or 2, and then rush the teleporter. So I believe I saw one around here somewhere. Let's go use this shrine here. The Shrine of Chance, and we get ourselves a rusty key and a topaz brooch. Perfecto. So let's go and take on the Stone Titan again. I guess this is the Stone Titan run. Continue attacking enemies and use the Strides of Heresy to heal up a bit. Don't want to risk it, because these guys don't mess around and they hurt. We get 2 Stone Titans this time. Again, just like last time. Float around and continue whacking them. First guy down, on to person number 2. And while the poisoning is going, while you poison them all, just start healing, just in case you're hurt at all. It's a nice handy little trick. Poison, heal yourself, poison, heal yourself, poison, heal yourself. Become untouchable and then deal tons of damage to enemies. Good strats if you're looking for any. anybody watches this. And we get ourselves another infusion. So we can get another 100 HP out of this. And get up to 1028 total if we don't level up at all and get more HP. Every time you level up, you actually get extra HP from it. So if you level up, or if you don't level up, you get the 100. If you do level up, you get the bonus from leveling up plus the 100 over time. Let's just keep healing. I'm not going to risk this. It's not worth it. And onward. We are now at level 2 again, which is now level 6. And we get a notification on the left. The ground temperature begins to rise. That means only certain enemies can spawn. And those enemies are the Lemurians, the fire-breathing lizards. And this is when we say, not today, Satan, and yeet out of there. Oh, I guess he still wants some of this. So let's just hover away, try and survive, and not get seen. Oh, he still sees us. There is another one. This is a great day, to be sure. So let's run for the hills. There's another one over there. And I bet you the teleporter is going to be back in this corner by then. Because why the heck not? Ouch. Oh, it's not. It's over here. Yay. Can run away for a little bit longer. Oof. There's a lot of fireballs following me. Do not like. And we get the Celestial Lemurian Horde. So like I was saying, there are some enemies that can turn others invisible. And these are it. So any enemies inside the bubbles are invisible. You can't see them. Which makes fighting them a whole lot of fun. You don't know where they are because they're all hidden. You don't know if they're going to attack you or not because they're all hidden. And the Horde has a ton of health. I am going to hide up here because I value my life. So just keep poisoning them from afar. Unfortunately, I don't have the splat damage anymore because I replaced it for the strides, the healing cover. But that is okay because I got the ranged attack. I don't want to hop down there anyway. Heal up. And poison them all again. Let's hop over to this branch here and see if we can get a new angle on some of them. Because these guys don't mess around. None of them really do. I said that a lot. I do say stuff a lot, repeat myself. That's who I am. So let's continue chipping away at their health. Again, you want to kill them fast, but not so fast that you're putting yourself in so much danger that you die. So just keep shooting at the general area you believe them to be, and you should eventually take them down. They only have 27,000 health left, so almost there. Down to 24. Yeah, just keep poisoning them from afar if you're this character. It's what I've found works best. Yeah, that way you can just stay out of dangerous situations. Oh crap. Well, that was fun, and I don't know if there's time to do another run. Oh, let's give it a shot. I'm probably gonna die halfway there anyway. That'll be enough time for that. So, Acrid one last time on Monsoon difficulty. This shall be the run. Calling it right now. Gonna get a legendary item out of the first chest. Get exactly what I need. Kill all the enemies. Take only 5 HP of damage. And make it to teleporter number 7 in one piece. You heard it here first. If that doesn't happen, then I've been scammed. And I've been sold stuff. Sold a lie. Hello. It's always a bit of a shock coming from level whatever you died on to this level. There's always so many fewer enemies here. Whenever you start the game again, it's like just waiting for something to spawn. Whereas you were running away because too much was spawning when you died, usually. Come on, there we go. And let's go buy the first chest, like I said, legendary. I've been lied to. So let's just run straight for the teleporter. Got nothing to lose now. Only got 30 minutes left in the stream, and then I gotta go to bed so I can wake up for work tomorrow. Here we go. We get ourselves the Beetle Queen. And we got our splat damage again. And I'm already down some HP. I've lost more than 5 HP. But just continue attacking. Continue wailing and whacking. And getting knocked down to very low HP. Holy crap. And dead. Well, that was a something. Let's go again. This shall be the last run, I think. Then I'll call it quits. Throat's starting to get a little sore from talking so much. Not used to this. Actually a bit introverted, so don't really like talking to crowds and stuff. And I feel like aggravated and shouldn't have said that, but oh well. Let's run straight for the teleporter and YOLO this. Here we go. Let's go open up this money barrel. Or once you get the fireworks item, I call them fireworks capsules. And actually, I'm here, might as well buy a item. Let's get this guy. The focus crystal. So, let's go activate the teleporter. And we get ourselves a stone titan again. Again, stay close, and he's no problem. It's just the enemies around him that are the problem. And you just continue poisoning and swinging. And eventually, he should go down. Just like that. See, nothing to it. We get ourselves the item sitting right up here. Pick that up. And away we go. I guess not yet. Gotta wait for the teleporter charge 50% more. Let's buy this chest while I'm waiting. And we get ourselves another crystal. That one is nice if you're running into the crowds and treating Acrid as a melee character. If you're treating him as a ranged one, like I've did in the last level that I died in, the crystal doesn't really benefit him. That's what kind of makes this game fun, is like fleeing for your life, becoming powerful, and also item management. Buying the right items and trying your best to avoid the bad items. So, here we go. Onward to stage 2. Making it farther than I thought, actually. And we get ourselves a brass contraption here. Just continue spewing poison at him. And I'm not even going to buy anything, I'm just going to run straight to the teleporter again. It seemed to work in the last level, so who's to say it won't work again? It worked once, so it's guaranteed 100% success rate. Works 1 out of 1 times. Just like when you're starting a YouTube channel, you get 100% like rate ratio on the videos because all it takes is 1 like. So here we are, we get ourselves actually the blue orb. I might actually get to show it this time. Or, as my luck will have it, I'll get the jellyfish, and, oh, I did not. Maybe the game actually doesn't hate me as much as I thought it did. Let's just continue chipping this guy down, as I do with every boss, and continually repeat ad nauseum. So, continue a whack and stay out of the way of that, because that hurts. That really hurts. Ouch. Ouch. And probably gonna die here. This is the end. Ooh. Thought the beetle queen here was gonna do a different attack. Run away. Kill the beetle queen. And continue trying to peg the enemies from afar. Holy crap. Give me the item, give me the item, run away! Oh jeez. I am still alive by some miracle. It probably won't last too much longer, but oh well, enjoy it while it lasts. And dead. As I spaz out on the ground, I think that's gonna be probably it from me for this. Starting to get tired and play worse of not making it as far, plus the items aren't going in my favor. Plus I got work tomorrow, so thanks so much if you did stop by for watching the stream. If you're seeing it later as a rerun, thanks for watching it then. And I shall see you next time, theoretically, whenever that'll be, I don't know.